got you, you got me. And I was like, I turned around, I was like, I got you. And so he started kissing on my back, like just kissing on my back. And, girl, let me tell y'all exactly how I was. He started kissing on my back and started like kissing down and rubbing down. And before long, he got to the tip of my ass and started licking. And he was like, he came back up and he was like, can I do it? And then he went back down and then.
What's the dilly? Hey, everything. Kosher. Okay. What's the dilly? Everything kosher. Okay. Let's go. Let's get into some Sip, sip, if it's messy. Say that. We here, we outside. What's the dilly? Hey.
Oh, what's the dilly? What's the dilly? What's the dilly? Everything kosher? Is everything kosher? Is everything kosher? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What's up, guys? It's your boy DeRay, and I am back with another video. And today's video, we're gonna get into some teas. It's actually gonna be a series of this video, but this is part one. And we're gonna get into some Shanat, some Shabrik, some kosher, and some teas, okay? Oh, okay. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Put in the comments what you want to see more on my channel, because baby, we're live and we're active on here now. Honey, we live and we active on here now, okay? Thank you. But what's up, guys? Okay. Let me get out of that, whatever like that. I'm waiting on this agent to answer from DoorDash. Y'all fucked up my food. This is not the order, but I gotta eat it because I'm hungry. Okay, so today's video, I will be talking about my story time about my DL over the summer. I'm not gonna say what summer, because I don't want to get out too much. I'm a little scared, a little nervous, because I feel like people from my hometown or something gonna put like stories together, pieces together, but I'm gonna try to like go around it, okay? So anyways, his name will be Nate in this video. So I want y'all to keep that as a key point. This is a series, it's probably gonna be multiple parts. But yes, his name is Nate, okay? His name is Nate. Okay, so, hold on. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. Got acre. So, yeah, hold on. Let me get settled in a little bit, okay? Hold on. I ain't got no hot sauce. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I had to change the little setup real quick, okay? So listen, hold on. DoorDash still have not answered me back, and it's actually gonna piss me off. So, this is a story time about how I had this DL over the summer, and now Shay, he was everything. I'm sorry, hold on. Anyway, let me tell y'all how I started from the beginning. So, this semester of high school, this semester of high school, I had mostly college classes. So I didn't really have many classes on campus. I only had like one class, I think, in person on campus, and the rest of them was my little college classes or whatever. And I used to love having the college classes because I didn't have to go to my high school campus or nothing. So I did have this one class which we had, and back in my hometown, it was called blocks. Like this one class in the mornings, it was from like 9:15. It was like 11, I think. And I used to drag on that class, no shade. I didn't want to go to that class at all because It was like my only class on my actual school campus instead of in college. So I had I would continue to go to class or whatever like that, and I knew this one boy in the class. So this one boy in the class, which is Nate, remember, that's his name, Nate. So he used to always be late to class, like no shade. He used to always walk in class late. He used to never be not in class. He used to not be on class in tab, honey. He used to always be late, honey. Always late. So every day he walked in, I used to sit by the door of the class. So every day he walked in, I used to be the one answering the door. And he always used to like make little comments like, hurry your ass up, what took you so long? But he used to say it like under his breath. So I guess they wouldn't hear him. I don't know what, I ain't think too much into him. For real like that, cause he wasn't cute at the time to me, okay? So he used to stay walking in class late or whatever like that, and it used to be a key to me because I used to know how I feel to not want to come to that class. So one day, now after this class, I could leave or I can go to lunch. So one day after the class, I see him going to the bathroom or whatever like that. But it's like, he went to the the way he works in the bathroom, he like, something had to be wrong. And I was nosy and I was messy. I'm be the richest bitch in the room. I was nosy, I was messy. So my messy ass took my ass to the bathroom over there like after him. So I'm like, bitch, I don't know what's going on. So let me go act like I gotta pee or whatever. So I go to the bathroom and I walk in. He in the stall, but you could hear like a, you know, like when somebody sniffling. So I'm like, I wonder what's wrong. Like, I wonder what's going on. So I didn't know what to say, but I felt like the rapport that we have and the way he joked with me, I thought I could say something, even though I don't know what my gay ass was thinking. I was like, I could say something. So I ended up, I was like, hey, like, is everything okay? And he was like, girl, who that is? And I was like, this, Deravian, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, okay. So y'all know my nosy ass still wanted to stay around for a little few minutes, so I stayed around for a few minutes. And he didn't come out. So I had left. Now remember that's a key point in this. So I left out the bathroom and I went to lunch. And it's probably the only day I would go to lunch because I still wanted to figure out what was happening. I thought maybe like he was mad, he was waiting on somebody to come in the bathroom for a fight. I know. So it wasn't him. I was eating lunch or whatever. And at the table, I was like, y'all see that video about Nate? I'm like, what happened to Nate? And they all like, bro, they exposed him. He got exposed. And I said, exposed for what? And they was like, being DL. So I'm sitting there, I'm just quiet. I'm like, bitch, what? They like, yeah, he got supposed to be in DL. He was talking to so-and-so. I was like, no way. Not him. Not him. Not him. And so they like, yeah, him. Yeah, him. I was like, So they showed me the video. But the way the video was, you couldn't even tell that was him for real. It's just that the video of the person looked just like him. So whoever was the boy that exposed it must be knew that would ring a bell for everybody in the school. The person that exposed it was not even from our school. So I'm like, wait, that makes sense. He not coming to the lunch because the video just got exposed. He don't want people to say nothing to him. So I'm like, damn. Now, me and Nate follow each other on Instagram. So I had went to my little college class. I had forgot about it. And then later on that night, he had posted was like something like on his note was like, man, I'm tired of this shit or something like that. And so I had stood up, I was like, you okay? And he was like, he texted, he was like, they got me fucked, they saying I'm DL, but I don't even, you know, no disrespect, but I don't even hang around faggots. And he just was going in. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm reading between that shit. You might be a little bit DL. But I ain't say nothing. So now, after our partner was like, it'll die down, he responded, was like, hopefully. There's nothing else should be said after that, right? So that was like at 7 something when that message, when we was texting. So like later on that night, maybe about like 10 p.m., he texted me in vanish mode. And he was like, man, what do I do about this? And I was like, what do you do about what? And he was like, how do I get rid of these allegations? I was like, can't get rid of them. Because whatever you did, it's already been done. He was like, I ain't do nothing. And I was like, yeah, whatever you did, it's done. And so I was like, you gotta let it die down. And that's it. He responded and was like, can I be real with you? I was like, go ahead. He was like, are you one of them like faggots that expose and like run your mouth and shit? Mind you, my messy ass is like that, but I wasn't gonna do that to him because I already felt bad. So, I was like, nah. And so he was like, I did do the shit, but like, I stopped it in the middle of it. Like, I didn't want to keep going. And because I didn't want to keep going, whenever I left, that's when he exposed me. I was like, damn. I was like, damn, you should have just kept going. Because that's how these fabulous things is. When they don't have their way, they want to make sure you know they don't got their way. So he was like, well, I don't know, but I really want to hurt. I said, don't try to go fight him. I said, because it's going to make it seem like it's more true. He was like, okay, cool. So I had ended up joking. And you know, my fast ass ended up joking. And I was like, that's why you should have went with me. Your secret would have been safe. Being hot in the fucking ass. And so he responded with a laughing face emoji. He was like, man, you funny. Or whatever. And I was like, yeah, right. But he paid it. So the next day, we in class or whatever. And as I told y'all, he'd be late. So when he knocked on the door, I had opened it and he had whispered, he's like, bro, I like you. And then he kept going. So I was thinking about that shit like, hold on. You like who? You want who? I ain't say nothing though. I was like, I ain't say nothing. I let it go. I went on about my life. Child. After the class, I had ended up leaving because remember I told you I only eat in the lunchroom like one day a week. So I ended up leaving. When he texted me, he was like, you already left? And I was like, yeah. He was like, damn, I was gonna tell you to grab me some food and bring it back. I was like, I seen that face and I'm like, boy, I don't know you like that, but I ain't say that. I was like, I already left, but I'll let you know if I come back that way. Now I knew I had to come back that way because I had another class later on that day. So I ended up going home and chilled to my class. And so on my way back, I was like, well, I am on the way back because my class at so-and-so time, I can't even tell y'all my time of my class because it's gonna give it away to the people. So So he was like, can you get me some A-Town? A-Town is like right there by the school that I went to. So I'm like, okay. He told me what he wanted, then he cashed at me. So when I got his food or whatever, took it back to the school. And on my way back to, well, when I was pulling up to school, I was like, come outside. And he was like, okay. This is where shit get juicy at. So when he said come outside, I mean, when I said come outside, it took him so fucking long. But he eventually came. And so when he came to the door, he was like, bro, where my food at? Like, he was joking. And I was like, it took your ass long enough. I gave him the food, and then before I walked out, he was like, you heard what I said earlier? I'm like, yeah, but I didn't know what you meant by it. Like, exactly what I meant. Text me when you get home. Exactly what I meant. Text me when you get home. I said, okay. So, I ended up going home after my class, and I fast ass text him. So I text him. Okay, I got home from my class. He was like, take this shit out of bench mode, cause you're gonna expose me. The work is already done. I guess he was basically trying to say like, I can't be exposed more. You might take. I don't want to take it out of bench mode. So I was like, okay. He took it out of bench mode, and he texted me and was like, you seem like a sweet ass person, or whatever. I was like, yeah. He was like, I don't fuck with niggas though. I was like, okay. He was like, you'll be the only one I'm fucking with. And I was like, boy, please. You already been exposed for that shit. So, we was texting or whatever, and we was just, having a casual conversation like normal. I'm telling y'all, like normal, like we homeboys. And so then later on that night, he texted me and was like, can you do me a favor? I said, what? He said, we want to meet me somewhere? I meet you where? He was like, meet me at the bowling. It's like we had a bowling arena. So he's like, meet me there. I was like, for what? He was like, just meet me there. So I was like, okay. So I told y'all my ass was fast. So I take my fast ass to the bowling arena. And when I got there, I was like, I'm here. And so I parked next to him. And he had got in the car with me. And we was just talking or whatever. And he was like, telling me about like what's been going on with him at home and how like something going on with his mama and his stepdad and stuff. And he was like, he's just really going through it. And so I was like, well, if you need somebody to talk to about it, I'm here. He was like, that's the point. That's why I really want to like talk to you, because I need somebody to talk to. And these females around here, they ready to run their mouth about your business. So I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, if you want to, you can come back to my house. I said, you don't think your mama them gonna? He was like, nah. He was like, mom, cool as fuck. Like, you my homeboy to her. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, so y'all know, I go and he was like, follow me to my house. So I got back in my car. I turned on the car and I started playing music on the radio. So I was like, hey, bitch, I take your bitch. So I ended up getting in the car. And so when I got in the car, I was following him. And we got to his house. I parked normally in front of his driveway, nothing like that. Like, oh, crazy shit. So whenever, oh shit. So I got in the car. He had a big ass house, y'all. And it was only him, his mama, and his stepdad, but they broke. Remember? They had problems, so it's only him and his mama in there. And so the way the house set up is, it's his mama got like a literally, when you walk in, it's stairs as soon as you walk in, but as you go to the living room and stuff, like it's a dining room area, you go to the living room, and it's like a whole nother like glass door you walk through, and that's his mama whole suite. Like she got a whole side to herself, and then he upstairs, but he got a door as well, and it blocks like you go up the stairs, and it's a whole other door you go through, and then it's his side. Like it's like they built the house or whatever. So I ended up going upstairs or whatever like that. But before I was looking around when I first got in there, so I went upstairs, and when I went upstairs, I was like sitting on the side of his bed because I was nervous. Like I didn't know what was about to happen. So I ended up sitting on the side of his bed, and he was like, "Bro, take off your shoes and shit. Like, why you trying to act like you uncomfortable?" And I was like, "Because, like, I don't know, like, what's going on?" So he was like smiling and stuff, and he had a pretty ass smile. So this is when he started to become cute to me, right? He had a pretty ass smile. And so he was just sitting there, and he was like taking off his shirt and stuff. He was like, "I'm finna get in the shower real quick." And he was like, "Give me a second." And so at this point, I moved. So I was on his side of his bed when I first got in there. So I moved to the other side by the charger because I needed to use my charger. And I had laid across his bed, facing the wall for my charger. And so I just was hearing him, and he was just in the shower, like yelling like loud as fuck, girl. He was singing a fucking song, yelling loud as fuck. And so I want to say something, boy, shut up. Hell. But I didn't say that. So he had ended up, got the shower, and he had came out with his towel around him. I already knew what he was trying to do there. I already knew what he was trying to do. So he came out of the shower with his towel around him. And he was like, "Man, I forgot to grab my shirt and my underwear and shit. How you gonna let me go in the bathroom without that?" And I was like, "Boy," that's the only thing I yelled. I was like, "Boy." And so he was like trying to get his underwear and stuff. And he was like, "Why you laying on the side of the bed like that? Get comfortable." And I was like, "I'm comfortable." And he was like, "Take off your shoes, take off your shirt and stuff like that. Like, get comfortable. Like, this your place." I said, "Now, mind you, it's the first day." He's like, "It's your place." And I was like, and so I was like, still looking at my phone. And so he was steady walking around with the towel on. So I was like, "Boy, go in there and put on some clothes." He's like, "Come put them on for me." I was like, "Come here." And so when I said, "Come here," I had grabbed the underwear. And I was like, "Look, give me your leg." And I was finna try to play around, but I feel like he was too much of a freak. I was finna play around like tripping with I don't know, y'all. I don't know what I was thinking. So I ended up grabbing the underwear, and I was like, "Give me your leg." And so I had was trying to lift the underwear up, but before I could get the underwear up, only thing I can feel is like it's just poking out. And y'all, it was like this long. And I was like, he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Put this underwear on." And so I had turned myself around. I'm like, this time, put the underwear on. And I was like, "Oh my God." He was like, "What?" And I was like, "Damn." He's like, "Only way it's hard is because you here." And I was like, and so I had helped him put on his underwear. Then he went and put on his shirt. He had dried off and stuff. And so he was like, "I'm gonna play the game." So when he came back in his room, he got in his gaming chair, was playing the game. So I'm laying across his bed, just on my phone, just chilling. And he talking to me, but he paying attention to his game so much. Like he overly paying attention to his game. So I could hear like loud noises. So somebody was coming up the stairs. So I'm like, "Bitch, do I need to start acting straight? Like, what the fuck do I do? Like, I feel like somebody better come in." So his mama had done was like, "Nate." And he was like, "What's up, Mom?" And she had opened the door, and I was laying across the bed. So like, y'all, I done fixed myself up, trying to like act like I'm straight or some shit. So I'm like looking down at my phone. She was like, "Oh, you ain't tell me you had a friend over?" I was like, he was like, "Yeah, this is my friend," or whatever. And she was like, "Hey, nice to meet you." I was like, "What's up? Nice to meet you, y'all." I was like, "What's up? Nice to meet you." I try to be some slick shit, bitch. All tired lady, dude. You was a tagalente. So I was like, "Hello, like, how you doing," or whatever. And she was like, "What's your name?" And I'll tell her. And she was like, "Che, I'll just let you know I'm finna go grab me some food. I'll be back. Did you already eat?" And so she was like, "Did you already eat?" She was talking to me. And I was like, "Yeah, I already ate." And she was like, "Trey, you want something to eat?" And then he was like, "No, Mama, I already ate." And then she was like, "Okay, cool." So he's still playing the game or whatever. So he had, I ended up just texting my friends, girl, I'm on the phone with my friends, like, it's just like, you my nigga, like, like, it's like he got dead or whatever. And so then he had got off the game or whatever, and he came and laid in the bed. And so he came and laid in the bed. Mind you, he only had his underwear on and his shirt on. And so he had pulled me like closer to him. And he was like, what you doing? And I was like, nothing. I was letting you play your game. He was like, I hope you know, like, this is just the beginning. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, yeah, like, this our secret. Like, I'm gonna treat you like you mine and you gonna be my secret. And I was like, okay. So bitch, my big slow ass down for the shit. I'm like, okay, daddy, like, I can be your secret. I can be your secret. So he was like, you got clothes in your car? I was like, no. He was like, I got some shorts. I was like, actually, I do got some underwear and shorts in my car. So he was like, go get it. So I went downstairs. His mom was gone, but they had a Ring camera. And I knew then that remember that's gonna be a key part of this whole series is that Ring camera. So I went outside to go get my drawers and my underwear. And so he needed to give me a shirt because I didn't have a shirt. So I went back upstairs, had the first shirt. I was gonna start washing. So I got in the shower, took off my clothes or whatever like that. I didn't lock the door, remember that. I didn't lock the door. So I got in the shower, I was washing or whatever. I was chilling, washing, doing my game, maybe I should have asked or whatever like that, because I didn't know what was happening or whatever. So I had, he knocked on the door, and he had came in the bathroom and sat on the toilet while I was washing. He was like, well, I can't sit in here. I was like, I didn't say you can't sit in here. And so I kept washing whatever I got to tell. He was just staring at me. I was like, why you keep looking at me like that? He was like, I can't look at what I want. And so I was like, you can, whatever. And so he had, I had put on my clothes, whatever, and he dried, like, he gonna grab his towel and dry me off. So he, like, when he get to my ass, he just dried off my ass. He just dried off my ass, whatever. And so I ended up putting on my clothes, whatever. We ended up getting back in the bed. He put on a movie, and I remember it was The Hate You Give. Y'all remember that story? So he put on The Hate You Give. So we just sitting there watching a movie, and the only thing I could feel him doing is just like rubbing my leg, and she was on my leg. It was like, he was like, you better be able to keep my secret, and he just rubbed my leg, and I was like, I'll be able to keep your secret, and he was like, cause I'm trying to do some things. Like, what things you trying to do? And he was like, I ain't gonna do it to you on the first time, because I want us to feel like we're in a real relationship, but it's just a secret. He was like, just know, I got you, you got me. And I was like, I turned around, I was like, I got you. And so he started kissing on my back, like just kissing on my back. And, girl, let me tell y'all exactly how it was. He started kissing on my back and started like kissing down and rubbing down. And before long, he got to the tip of my ass and started licking. And he was like, he came back up and he was like, can I do it? And then he went back down and took that ass up. I'll see y'all for part 2. See y'all for part 2. Okay, guys, that's all for part 1 of my story time in summer with Nate. Okay? Part 1, make sure you guys stay tuned for part 2 because it will be out very, very soon. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me if you enjoyed this story time. And I will see you guys on the other side. Everything question!